respected bands and also intentionally do not want to give EVOS Legends the upper hand. But I just love the fact that EVOS Legends is constantly banning up, but also finally, this is the one which I wanted to point out before they actually banned it out. They might have actually gone for the Blue Hayabusa ban because it might be a little bit difficult for them to deal with. So all these bans, now we're going to be seeing EVOS Legends being all those on the reactive mode. We're going to be seeing what kind of bans they want to go for, what they want to remove from play.
Well, I think that there's so many options on the table. Selena now being traded on for Hayabusa to be banned away. So that's what I'm expecting to come right in for Kit. And there goes. Oh, Uranus. Yep.
Totally fine, but Esmeralda too. Now you have two. Now you got two frontliners to deal with here, and it's not going to be fun. Let's be honest. If you thought Uranus was a nuisance enough, now you have to deal with Esmeralda.
Is this going to be a carry Esmeralda? Is this going to be a tank Esmeralda? God knows, but you know, we are definitely up for some surprises later on. Let's look into the side of Burmese Ghouls as they are waiting to see what does best heading into this stage of the game. X-Borg again. I love the X-Borg. We saw Ruby DD really playing it very well. Boxia has been snatched away. This is one of the picks that was very, very popular from yesterday all the way up to today.
Yeah, I mean, mainly because it's really great at just slowing down the health regeneration coming out from the Uranus. Not really a major counter. It's just a way just to deal with it because he has that ultimate that really sets things up and makes it easier for the fight. And he's also really great at initiating into the mix here. Definitely not as effective compared to the Atlas or the Kufra, but EVOS Legends is going to take Atlas for itself here. And this is going to be very scary. Now I'm looking at a full team fight composition here. And on the side of Burmese Ghouls, they need to figure out how they want to deal with this.
Well, Burmese Ghouls will still need to look for some of all these pocket picks that EVOS Legends does have. They did show their Lunox, sometimes, you know, even the Harif, but I'm thinking that that's pretty much slightly out of the question. Ling has already been banned away. Diggy has already been banned away. One more ban for the side of Burmese Ghouls. Could it be something that's marksman related, or could it be an assassin? Because they can take out the Lancelot if they want to.
I feel they want to actually get rid of the Farsight instead because it has been doing quite the amount of harass from the previous game. And let's be honest, Farsight has been commonly banned out by most of these teams here, as she has been excelling really well as a mage support. But the Village is also a really great thing. But I was surprised that they actually banned it out. I thought they would take it for themselves.
I think it's better for them to take it for themselves because they've already got the support. I'm very sure that Zaze will be playing on that pick as well. But now with Ranger as well as carry being left available, they will definitely look for carry because they need something to take down Boxia.
Yep, and carry, and also at the same time, they just do not want Burmese Ghouls to take the because it's really great at shredding down those big heroes. Yeah.
Do you think Kufra will be good here? Because I think it's a really good scenario for Kufra right there. But they've already got enough sort of tanks. They are looking for Bruno to match up with some damage.
I feel at this point they either want to try to go for another tanker, a more safer tanker, or maybe just a little bit more physical damage dealer here.
Yeah, or magic damage will be good as well. But yep, they're going in for oh, last minute switch up there. Quick thinking. We absolutely forget about the Kaja, but what do you think about this?
Kaja. There's nothing to say about Kaja. Kaja is an amazingly great lane harasser. You can initiate with a really dirty combo with the flicker combined with the divine judgment. No one can question you about that. You flicker it, and that's pretty much it. Now the real question is what EVOS Legends is going to be doing to deal against that Kaja. They can't go assassin now because it's really hard to go backline with the existence of the Kaja here. Lunox will be really great for them as they needed another source of damage, and especially from a magic point of source.
Yeah, this is somewhat similar to how they actually win against Onyx Esports, where they have both the carry as well as the Lunox coming into play. So they're looking for that setup. If the Atlas manage to actually pull somebody right in, then joke's over, they're dead.
Oh man, I'm really, really excited because this is literally the last game. If EVOS Legends should fall here, that's pretty much it. They're going to be packing back home, and Burmese Ghouls will be pushing forward to fight against Resurgence.
Well, that is definitely something to look forward to, and it's going to be either Burmese Ghouls or EVOS Legends. And you talk about potential of being the last game. I'm liking EVOS' draft, and I'm definitely rooting for them for this one because I want to see Game 3 happen.
Everyone wants to see Game 3 happen. Everyone wants to see it, especially this amazing cinematic view of the land of the dawn.
Guess even if you ask me that, I'm choosing not to say it anyways. All right, of course, we're gonna be heading straight in towards the action. Seems like coast is clear, and we are already having EVOS Legends here, clearing all the sort of the minions here coming in to play. So as for the side of EVOS, we will get the little Wanderer eventually.
Yeah, and I think this is really great because it not only just heals you and your allies and creeps nearby, but also it still gives quite the amount of EXP. But Ace, quite the amount of clash and rotation coming out from both teams. Rack is a little bit out zone out, but D still pressures on all the way deep into enemy lines here. But coming with the Rubik from the round back with the Shield of Unity, that's going to be first blood for the side of Burmese Ghoul. My God, you saw how fast that shield was rolling?
Oh man, I absolutely missed it. Like we just see it just pop right there, but it means that Burmese Ghouls have free access to this entirety of the buff, and EVOS Legends will have to just hand it out to them.
Now we're going to be seeing a slight rotation coming out from Pendragon to see whether he can try to catch anyone at the side river, realizing no one is there, going to fall back towards his lane to farm up a little bit more. Now things is going to be a little bit slowed down, but you see towards the top side on the minimap, a lot of rotation, a lot of pressure. I love the fact they don't realize Rek is in the bush.
Oh, it seems like they can't actually go in for a setup, but Zaze is actually too low. This is going to be a kill going over inside of Burmese Ghouls as they manage to actually take down the support. Although he had the flicker, it really didn't matter because it's definitely not worth to blow it off so early in the game. And as for one, of course, he gets whatever resources he can get. 4,300 gold still on the side of EVOS Legends, as we can see. A little bit of disparity, but not too hard for them to chase up.
Now this is going to be really scary to see who's going to be hitting level 4 first, because both Zaze and maybe both are currently level 3 going to be hitting level 4 very soon. But anyway, carry, win rate 41%. Out of 17 games, although the thing is there's not really a main reason why. The reason why you see less carry in most of these games here is mainly because there were more stronger picks, especially with the cloud in the existence here. But carry also is a really good replacement for the cloud should the situation calls for it.
Yeah, of course, I would agree to some of the statements that you have made. So far, Kid's going to be able to actually go in for a little bit of hop. And of course, a little bit of that sort of the overextension coming from the side of Rexy as he will get picked off.
Still pressuring on. They know they lost one member as well. Z is not hitting that level 4 just yet. He's very close though. And once he hits the level 4, we might be seeing a little bit more fights. And this is exactly what we were mentioning. Like Burmese Ghouls, will they be aggressive during this first 4 minutes? Yes, they are. And they have been doing it exceptionally well. Rek tried to push in. Thankfully, was able to juke away from that abyssal arrow too, and I believe this turtle will fall to the side of Burmese Ghouls.
Yeah, like a Rek definitely sends that abyssal arrow out before he even pulls the trigger. That's gonna be the turtle in the hands of Burmese Ghouls. But look at the catch coming from Ruby DD. They're going for that setup and now looking for a dive over Rek though. Oh boy, so beautiful. Burmese Ghouls now 4-0 lead.
That is absolutely amazing. This is the first time we see Burmese go in such a lead ever since, especially against a team such as EVOS Legends. And Bruno with a total win rate of 67%. And let me remind you again, Bruno, very flexible, early game, very versatile. This guy can dish out quite a amount of damage, has enough mobility to actually juke out in most dicey situation. And especially since he will be coming towards this game with the Purify, it's going to be really hard to catch him.
Yeah, and of course, we really have to see how can EVOS Legends turn things around because they are already at the losing end. The early game definitely didn't look like they are in a really good shape, but there's going to be a little bit more of that sort of a 3-man rotation from bottom towards the mid side here. But over the side of Kid, oh, here comes the catch.
Yeah, beautiful Phelan is going to be pulling only one member back. That's going to be Maybe, but even though that's a huge pickup because Maybe was the one that's trying to set up most of the fight here, getting rid of the Kaja, no Divine Judgment, but the Abyssal Arrow will connect, will catch on Pendragon, but that is an Esmeralda though, so they will not have enough damage to seal the deal But I think he's totally fine just getting the kill here.
Yeah, and here comes D as he will be able to actually clear out that wave setup. So far, yeah, Immortality being bought there.
Man, that's a really fast immortality, but looks like he's going to be walking right into the bush, right into the face of both Z's and Rexy. But got to be careful. Rex will be able to reinforce on the backside, but the final side is doing so much damage to Z's, and he will go down because of the way of the wall coming from Ace here on the Bruno. Falling back, spots out the falling Star Moon. Now this is going to be not really a major team fight, but it's going to be a small one, but quite major as it is. As not only that, he was able to pick up an official double kill. And it's just an amazing pickup coming from the side here. A Burmese Ghoul, 1 for 3.
Oh my goodness me. This Bruno is just shredding everyone now. And D forced that Firaga armor to pop away. Flicker coming in from both Rexy as well as D as he walks away alive. But here comes Ace though.
Still pulls Fatal Links back under the tower, although great initiation, but the Fatal Wall, they had to spit out just so much damage. And the thing is this, Z's really learned his lesson because the first time he died was actually because of the way the wall bouncing back and forth. So both teams, really great communication, instantly split off to try to mitigate any more further damage. Kid, on the other hand, needs to try to figure out a way to get away from Pendragon. And now EVOS Legends, they need to try to look for that one team fight. They were actually looking for spots one, but Zaze doesn't have the feeling. They cannot fully commit into this fight just yet. They had to be aware about where maybe is. That's pretty much why we saw him face checking that bush.
Now Ace looking to actually destroy that mid lane tower. It's going to be Wreck taking so many shots. Same goes to Rexy. Order of being popped, but Ruby is ready to secure that kill. And BURMESE GHOULS, they are taking this lead and they're not going to show any signs of weakness.
Definitely for sure. And look, here comes maybe going to be popping in and slowing it down. He really want to try to drop down the Divine Judgment, but sadly enough, you know, it's Uranus. It's Wreck. He's so fast, you just can't catch him. Z's no more perfect match will not be able to initiate for any time soon. But this is the true threat. Right now, we see Burmese Ghoul had quite the presence during the early game. Exactly what we were hoping for. Being aggressive because there's a lot of team fight composition coming from the side of EVOS Legends. They fully utilize it. And now the presence of the Kaja just makes it so hard for EVOS Legends to try to even initiate at this point.
And over on the side of Burmese Ghouls, they are able to actually clear so much more rapidly. Over on towards EVOS, you can see they sent 2 members all the way down as they are looking at another pickoff here in the form of Pendragon.
Pendragon all the way down to half a but Z's going to be falling out. But thankfully, he managed to catch Ace, but he passed the Purify. That's going to be keeping him alive even more. But the Divine Judgment will drag Wreck all the way out of the safety of his base. And that's going to be pretty much the end for him as well.
This is looking very, very hard, especially when we are looking at one. He has Flicker so far, but of course, he cannot choose to participate in all the fights, in all these sort of situations. And as for that sort of a pick-up there, Zaze is looking to actually pull them all in with that Fatal Links, especially for Ace, but he pops out that Purify, and he's going to be A-OK.
A-OK is definitely the best thing he can definitely look and hope for as well. But EVOS Legends, they need to try to look for even more better if they want to try to excel here. They know Purify is still on cooldown here. Do they still want to try to look for the fight or just try to catch up any members one by one? Pendragon finds Ruby, still going to be trying to engage as well. Carry going to be popping in. Ruby slowly charging up their wheel of unity to see if he can able to zone out or even catch onto any members here who's currently zoned away from the team.
Now, for the side of EVOS Legends, they are looking at Kid. They are not trying to actually pop him off. But now, with the rest of the members of EVOS Legends chasing over the side of maybe, they are trying to disperse because this is a very scattered team fight that we're looking at. And Ruby DD going for the roll.
Everyone is definitely out of place. You know what they say? They say him rolling and they be hating because it's such a nuisance to deal with against that Boxia. Now they're going to be. Now we can see Burmese Ghouls just getting total control of all this junk and just really trying to deny EVOS Legends farm as much as possible. And Ace is totally on the roll. Level 14, 3-0, 5 assists. This guy is having the best farm of his life. Beautiful Divine Judge is going to be flicker in and will catch Z's. Another team composition character character out of the picture, out of the equation. This top tower is not going to last for long. They're going to be looking for a couple more fights here. Rexy no choice had to pop the Chaos and Order with the fall by. Pendragon instantly gets shredded down to size, and instantly 2 more members. These will be coming out, but will they have enough damage to deal and defend against all his team? Ruby go from the back line, instantly catch Rexy. She flickers out, but the damage has been done. And Saudi, although the failings have been popped, but they're going to be focusing on the crystal. Burmese Ghouls wins against EVOS Legends 2-0.
We cannot believe our eyes as BG secures one of the clean.